Shamar, thanks for joining me today on myFM.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
Good. So first off, I'd like to know, how is your eye doing?
My eye is doing quite well. I'm very appreciative.
Okay, good,
Very thankful.
I know I've had eye problems in the past, and when I saw that happen to you, I'm like, no, don't let it happen.
Yeah, it's very scary. I mean, a lot of people don't understand, like, being out there, there's no, it's not like what a lot of people think. There's no bathroom breaks. You can't, nobody's really helping you behind the scenes. So when you have certain injuries out there, you're really just, having to deal with it. And, we didn't really have a lot of clean water and, different things. So it was very difficult to deal with injuries out there.
For sure. So let's pretend for a minute that you weren't medically evacuated. Can you honestly say that you wanted to keep playing for much longer?
Honestly, I wanted to play the whole way out and to the end. I mean, I've done 2 tours in Iraq where the second tour that I was there, I was asked if I wanted to leave and go to Japan, and I decided to stay. It wasn't anything about me wanting to quit. I had another injury during that time, and I wasn't able to get medical attention for it, so I just wanted to, I was thinking about quitting just to, protect myself and almost save my life. So that's the only reason that I had a septic flexor tendinovitis on my finger. Wow. I had emergency surgery on my finger, and that is, I know it sounds crazy to people, but that is a life-threatening injury, and if I would have stayed in the game a lot longer, I could have had my finger amputated. So. Wow,
it was just a rough time for you out there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, it was like, I was trying to help, chop some supports because there was a big storm coming, and a piece of bamboo went through my finger, and it was just a really bad time.
Yeah, no kidding. So I want to talk about this for a second because it was a little confusing to us viewers. We saw you working so hard at the challenges. You always wanted to win, but when you went back to camp, you kind of were like, all right, I'm going to relax now.
Yeah. Well, what happened is, what people don't understand is that, we all got up in the morning and got firewood, but, I mean, our daily activities just consisted of boiling water, and we have an iron skillet pot. It took about, an hour to boil water, and then we had to wait at least 20 minutes for it to cool before we could transfer it. So, it takes us about an hour and 20 minutes to boil 1 pot of water, and that's all we did all day. I mean, I don't know what plantation people saw, like where people were just working all day. Everybody else was just swimming and climbing rocks and going on boats. I just decided not to, expend my energy going swimming and getting on a canoe and, exploring other islands with everybody. I just decided to, hang out. But other than that, all we did was boil water. I don't know what people's idea of what's going on out there, that, it's like a slave labor camp at Survivor.
Plus, you wanted to save your energy for the challenges. So.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is my thing. I mean, all the talking and exploring the islands are good, but if we lose challenges because we're fatigued and our feet are cut up from, climbing rocks, then, we're going to continue losing challenges. And I understood that, the Famous Tribe had a lot of strong players. They got, diving instructors and people who grew up on farms and all these players have done this before. So I'm like, hey, somebody has to take into account, what we're up against right now, and, try to conserve the energy. And I just tried to, do my best. With
you watching back the episodes now, is there anything that you did that you wish you wouldn't have done?
I don't think that anything that I did was, I don't wish I could have done, but I mean, now watching the show, I wish that I could have changed it, but at the time, it wasn't happening as it was on the show. So, but I completely understand that. You have, 72-hour footage that you have to condense into 40 minutes between 2 trials and a challenge in between. So I understand that everything is not going to get depicted. But, because knowing that, I can't control, what is shown. So, I can't really say that I would have changed anything because, like I said, a lot of people were acting like I was, the villain. But if you really do watch the show, you'll see me sitting in the same spot arguing with people. That's because people would come there and bother me. You never see me approach anybody and start an argument with them or approach anybody and really talk down to them or, say what I didn't like about what they were doing. You always see somebody, near me, where I'm always at in the shelter. And, so that kind of thing. So I couldn't really control that aspect of it. And I just felt like, as far as me being combative with people, I just felt like, if I didn't say anything and just kept quiet, that this story would get out there and, I would be sitting there like, okay. And that would be it. So, it was a very delicate situation, but like I said, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I learned so much, and naturally I would be a lot better if I played the game twice, but I don't think being the first time going out there and being with a fan, with such, with those kind of players in the game that I could have really done too much different.
Well, whether it's a good thing or not, at least you got lots of airtime, right? Everyone's going to remember you.
That's what. I mean, that was the upside to it. It was like, at the end of the day, like I didn't like how I was depicted, but I'm like, damn, everybody knows me.
Exactly.
I was like, I can't be too mad. I was like, is this like what is going on? But I mean, even I got tired of myself watching myself be like that. I was like, oh my goodness. When is this going to be over? And, I kind of had the same sentiment as everybody else. So that's the only reason I was like, man, I wish I had less airtime, but who says that? So, I just wish it was a little bit different. But, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy with the experience.
Exactly. Good. That's good to hear. And we'll see you on finale night. And thanks for joining me today on myFM.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Bye.